Hello and welcome to something brand new. My name is Tomas Woods, I'm three-time WCMX World Champion, and today I'm very happy to be here at the launch of something big. Riders from across the globe, beginner and elite, will have 3 opportunities to be crowned champion without even leaving their local skate park. This is the World WCMX Online Series. Taking on something like this is quite the task, not only as host, but also head judge. That's why I'm very lucky that alongside an amazing panel of judges, I'm also joined by a partner here in front of the camera. You know his name and you definitely know his face. It's World WCMX veteran commentator, Victor Nelson.
Hey, great to be here, Thomas. Super excited about today's event and see what the riders have been working on the past few years. I'm very happy that we've created a new platform for athletes to participate in that ultimately breaks down the barrier of access and allows anyone across the world to compete.
Definitely. And how do you think WCMX has changed since the last time we had an online competition?
Well, as you know, popularity in the sport has definitely grown, awareness has grown, and there's a lot more eyes and attention on the sport. And with that comes a level of progression. So I'm really thinking we're going to see new tricks, new lines, and new possibilities come to the forefront of the sport in this online series. And I'm really excited to see what these guys have been working on.
Sounds great. What can we start with first?
We're going to be jumping right into the non-competitive division and seeing what our future rippers and ongoing participants have been working on. So let's get right to it.
Yes, sir.
All right, first up for our non-competitive division, we got Andrew Rendon. This is one of our participants out of Kenner, Louisiana, under Tony Torres' program. Really great situation down there in Kenner. As you can see, they got themselves a nice park that recently just got lights added, a pathway to the parking lot, increasing the accessibility of the facility, and an increase in programming thanks to Tony Torres, World WCMX president. As you can see, we got a nice little bank-to-bank A-frame. Andrew's going up and over. I'm really getting all the way across the park. And there's Tony right there.
And what brilliant use of the park Andrew's taken here. Down onto this 2-block.
Looking like he's going to roll it down. Up on 2 wheels, holding that manual.
Phew! Not
a problem. Nice way to kick off the non-competitive division. There's some talk in the wind for a world championship to be coming to Louisiana for 2027, but that's all you're going to hear from me right now about that. We are very excited to be hosting the North American Adaptive Championships later this year in December out in La Quinta, California. Hopefully we can see Andrew and many other riders from this division come out and join us for some fun and some friendly competition.
Definitely. I think we're going to see a lot from this young ripper and certainly a lot more at this skate park.
Absolutely. Super excited to see a newcomer to the sport of WCMX. Getting right into it, we got Luca coming out of the Netherlands. We got ourselves a nice little plaza-style park here.
Definitely. Up into that
Love
roller.
the scenery. Up on top of this little spine section over here. We're going up and around the bowl. Okay, looking like we're coming up on a drop in here. Love to see the build up for a big trick. There it is. Up on 2 wheels. Luca going for it.
Into the quarter.
There it is. I'm getting it clip by clip over here on this end, but man, it's looking smooth, Luca. We love to see everyone and anyone that wants to participate in this sport getting a video in, and we have 2 more events coming up this season. So for all of those watching that are second guessing themselves, this is all about you guys. We're building a platform for anyone and everyone in the realm of WCMX to have a way to access and participate. Oh, a little layback right there. Nice, Luca. Man, that does look like a very fun park.
Mm.
Got just about everything you need. Transition, stairs, rails.
There we go.
He stalled out on the pump hump right there at the end. That was great. Nice work,
There we
Luca.
Yeah, what a great line, especially for the non-competitive division. The firecracker, the layback 180, lots to like.
And that does it for our non-competitive division. Man, love to see new faces and newcomers to the sport. Coming up next, we got our women's division with a lot to look out for. So you guys strap in and get ready for some awesome competition lines.
100%. Kicking it off with Pauline Bent out of Germany.
We got Pauline dropping in.
Over the A-frame.
Was happy to meet Pauline last September at the World Championships in Switzerland. Strong competitor in the sport, doing it for the P1 division in the women's.
This is a difficult skate park to ride. It's very flat. Doesn't look to be much flow.
Pauline making it work out nonetheless. As you can see, working up and across that little bank-to-bank section right in the middle, showing the strength and endurance that it takes to participate in this sport. But it's nothing to doubt or second guess. She's out there having a good time. Getting a quick little 180 right there.
Putting in the work.
Throwing it around 360. Yeah, full 2 rotations. Pauline working it out.
Fakey cab out.
Excellent performance from Pauline out here. Coming from Germany. Big shout out to David and his team in WCMX Germany, Sit and Skate, everyone that's been pushing the scene out there in Germany. It's because of the Germans, I feel that we have such a strong representation from Europe. And of course, Tomas Woods here being the world champion doesn't hurt either.
Not too bad. Well, I think Pauline is a great representation of the fantastic grassroots scene that we see over in Germany. And that was a great run. It's a difficult skate park, that. It's very flat. There's not a lot of flow. So you've definitely got to put in the work. Now, Victor, I don't mean to excite you, but I do have some statistics.
We love data.
But I think some interesting things to note here. Her average time between tricks was 9.9 seconds, which is quite tight, really, for a park like this. Her longest time between tricks, so on average, was 29 seconds. That's probably on the longer end of what you'd want. I think, really, what we'd like to see, especially as the season goes on, is maybe seeing Pauline possibly using the classification system more. She is one of those riders that is able to use it. So maybe taking use of that tool and using it as the tool it is. But I think overall, a very good run and happy to see it.
Absolutely, and I love the stats. It's really keeping the sport onward and upward, if you ask me. So moving on. All right, coming up next in the women's division, we got Cécile Lacombe coming out of Germany as well. I had the pleasure of also meeting Cécile in Switzerland this past September, and what a ripper. And there we go, coming right out the gate with a big drop in, up and over a box jump there. Fun little DIY indoor park there.
Definitely. Cécile is a French native, but she now resides in Germany, so she's always riding with David and the Sit and Skate crew, and at one of these lovely skate parks over there in Germany. Setting up for something big, I think, here.
Up on top of this speed ramp, looking like she's lining up for quite the ender. I see that, as you point out stats, there has been some time clicked, but oh wow,
there
with
we
the
go.
rainbow rail.
Straight over, very controlled as well. Down into that carve.
Balanced, controlled, nice use of the park. Definitely what we like to see here in the judging category, right, Tom?
Definitely. They're into the duck walk, keeping these moments moving. Where are we going here?
We're going into the speakeasy.
I know the Germans like a beer, but they're going into the bar a bit early.
Is this going to be a street clip for the ender?
I think so, Victor.
Oh my goodness. We just got a rail out the door. Amazing. Yes, Cécile. We're going from the rail to the stairs out front. Full use of the park, if you ask me.
More than full, 100%. What a great run there.
From entrance to exit, that was amazing.
100%. Now to look at the statistics again, we see that the average time between tricks does actually go a little bit longer compared to Pauline's run. However, the longest time between tricks is slightly shorter, probably not helped by the long time before setting up for the rainbow rail. Overall, though, a very, very good run.
Love to see it. Love to see it. And excited to see more. Let's keep this contest going.
Unfortunately, that is it for our Pro Women's League. Unfortunately, Ilaria Nief of Italy has pulled out due to health reasons. So unfortunately, that leaves us there for Pro Women.
Well, big thanks to all the women for competing. And I know there's many, many more out there. And there's 2 more chances to compete in this online contest. So if you're considering it, don't hesitate to register. We got more opportunities coming at you soon. And with that, I believe now we're getting into the WCMX Open division.
Definitely kicking it off with another French native, Alex Verdu, a new rider. I think his first competition was Switzerland back last year.
Yeah, I remember Alex, young ripper coming out of France, riding with the Practicable group. Great program going on out there in France. Very excited to see what else comes from their camp. And Alex, obviously a product of it here at this amazing looking park and already performing with a strong run coming out the gate to kick off our men's division.
Definitely. I like that pump he had over the A-frame at the start, keeping this really flowing. I think is he going up for a kick turn? He's been snaked.
Uh-oh.
No worry for Alex.
Working his way through it.
Coming into the mani pad.
Nice little
into the nose bunk to nose mani.
Popped up, no problem. Yeah, Alex. We getting a
fakey to cab out.
Cruising back around. Multiple filmers there. Getting all the way back across the park. Full use of the park here.
Into the layback.
There it is. Clipped a little bit. We saw it though. It counts.
Coming into the money.
All the way across that plaza section. Looking like we're going with the drop off. Nice.
There we go. What a brilliant, brilliant run. A great way to kick off the men's pro division. I'm very happy to see the time between tricks there was at 8.2 seconds, which is a really good good figure to aim for. And the longest time between tricks around 22 seconds. However, if my math is correct, which to be fair, it probably isn't, we are looking at about a total time of 80 seconds of non-scorable time.
It looked like he was moving back to back to back. And yeah, but we know the level of competition that is in store for us here today. And as we move our way forward, we'll see those trick times start to kind of dwindle down.
Definitely. And the trick times aren't a necessary reflection of the score, but there's something interesting that as a rider you would notice competing.
All right, coming up next out of California, we got Damian Munoz. Not only a WCMXer, but also an adaptive skateboarder. Damian competing in both disciplines between competitions out here in the U.S., although he's really progressed a lot in his wheelchair. It's exciting to see him in this online series.
100%. And what a way to start the run. A massive drop at hip, carving around the bowl, and coming into now what seems to be more of a street section.
Very lovely park out there in Southern California. You see the sunshine. Drop on the rail. That was nice.
Down. We're going to see a 50 here. Yes, we are. Very clean coming out of that.
Is. Nice, Damian. Showing a lot of
three
control
lock
between street elements and the transition elements. Definitely good use of the park there. Hitting rails, big drop in, 50 on the coping. Working his way down the 3 block. And now we're back here. Oh, little one wheel around the rail. I like to see that. A little innovative execution.
and down the Euro, back into the park side.
Absolutely flowing. Yeah, Damien.
One wheel over that roller there. This is what judges love to see.
Not wasting any time, really making sure every few moments is filled with something exciting. Nice execution by Damian Munoz.
100%. And when we look at the statistics, the time between tricks, the average time between tricks is coming down again, about 7.21. That is exactly what we want to see. The longest time between tricks also coming down to 23.29.
Amazing work by the young competitor.
Definitely. And next, moving on to a rider from right here in the UK, Griffin Given.
Wow, right out the gate, big drop in, lots of speed there.
This is Bay 66 in London, a beautiful skate park.
Crushing across the skate park. Let's see, right into this bank section, quick turnaround.
Controlled firecracker.
Nice, straight down the double set there. Yeah, what a fun looking park that is. I think I'm long overdue for a trip out there, Thomas.
Anytime.
Up on the bank there, kicking it back around.
Moving.
I do gotta say, big shout out to you and constantly pushing the sport out there, representing GB to the fullest.
I can't take credit for this. The riders down in London are absolutely ripping. What a great run that was. Again, the average time between tricks coming down. The longest time between tricks is staying about the same, interestingly, but the average is coming down, which makes the run feel really fast and really flowy.
Yeah, it just seems like the seconds tick away when it's non-stop action, keeping us fully engaged out here from the commentator's booth. All right. You know him. You love him. He is our World WCMX president and still actively competing in the sport, Tony Torres, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, Tony kicking it off. And this is at your home.
This is right here at Alliance Skate Park Grand Prairie. Tony Torres and the Ability Skateboarding crew joined us last Friday. We had a grant awarding ceremony that Ability Skateboarding was able to receive from Move United in the sum of about $50K in equipment. So a lot of new wheelchairs and adaptive skateboarding equipment for many participants to be able to use and enjoy. And thankfully, Tony and some of the guys were able to cruise out and put on a nice demo and film this contest run. And here you got Tony working his way all the way across the park into the bowl section, showing a lot of control in that tight corner.
Definitely, and once again, a lot of park usage.
And over the years, we have adapted the park to be more wheelchair friendly with a little integration of transition and street elements, as well as access on both sides, being able to have a starting and stopping point. Tony there with the layback. Back to back. Just absolutely ripping the park. And I know it was a hot one that day, so big props to him, putting in the work and getting it done. Having the roof, though, does help a little bit with the shade. So anybody thinking about coming and joining us out in Grand Prairie, come on over. We got plenty of places to skate. Yeah, Tony.
There you go, and that's it for Tony. What a great rider and a true veteran of the sport. He's been around for a long time, and he's definitely been around a long time in the organizing side. He does a lot of work behind the scenes. So even if you don't know his name or his face, you definitely know his work. And you definitely have just seen his work there. What a great run that was. Again, that average time between tricks coming down, and the longest time between tricks maxing out at around 11 seconds, which is the lowest yet.
Incredible. Yeah, Tony and I were just reflecting. This was his first time back at the park in 10 years from when we hosted the first World Championship back in 2015. Right there in Grand Prairie, Texas.
And now back to Tony's home, back in Kenner, Louisiana, with Jeremy Butler.
Love to see Jeremy out here representing Kenner, Louisiana. He actually made it out to the Birmingham World Championships in 2024 And wow, what a level of talent from this man who has just barely started riding over the past couple years. And again, it's thanks to Tony's work out there in Louisiana, building up the programming and incorporating WCMX into the common culture across the action sports scene there. And thanks to their program with the NFL Rolling Saints football program, Tony's been able to introduce many, many newcomers to the world of WCMX.
It's incredible to see not just Tony's work, but the incredible raw talent of some of the riders coming up now from Louisiana.
Jeremy working down this 2-block right here. Really has progressed quite a bit. I was out there in October last year when we hosted one of our first programs with Tony, and wow, it's great to see Jeremy still working at it and producing a high level of submission for his contest run. Just cruising through the park, hitting every angle, front to back, start to finish.
Definitely. And the average time between tricks gone up slightly from Tony, but still very low at 8.89 seconds. But you can definitely get the feel that Jeremy is cruising around the park, and it looks great nonetheless.
All right. We got coming out of Switzerland, Emilio. High level of competition.
Excellent riding in here, Bull. We've seen lots of runs from Emilio at the skate park across the past few years, and it's been great to see the progression into that one-wheel firecracker.
It's a very, very fun park. This was the host of the 2025 World WCMX Championships. Emilio put on quite a run at the in-person event, and it looks like the online submission's no exception. Looking great so far with this run. Straight into the rail.
Some big tricks.
The first banger. Absolutely ripping this park. Big shout out to the Swiss WCMX team, Marco and everyone working hard to keep pushing the sport and keeping the vibes alive out there in Switzerland. Good transfer right there.
The street side. Hitting the one wheel, just missing the kid.
Weaving traffic, yeah. Making it work in the midst of all the chaos. An excellent run right there from Emilio.
And he manages to weave so well while fitting in those big hitters. The hand plant, that 50. I think Emilio certainly could be the one to beat, not just in this round, but across the season as we go forward. We're seeing there the average time between tricks at 8.16 seconds. So again, right in that sweet spot. And the longest time between tricks at about 15 seconds.
Excellent performance. All right, Daniel Gonzalez coming out of the U.S. right here. Our final rider in today's online competition series.
It's a nice outdoor skate park to finish with.
Good utilization of the park right out the gate.
And Daniel's a very new rider, so it's great to see this level of tricks.
Big gap over that spine, it looked like.
Definitely.
Getting all the way across the course up on top of this bank to rail ramp section. Setting up for another pass at the park, it looks like. Quick whip. Oh, big drop off there. Very good. Passing by the slappy curve there. Very happy to see a new face in the realm of WCMX, especially coming out of the U.S.
Definitely. I feel like this is just the start for Daniel, and what a great start it is. Finishing with a rock to fakie there. And a celebration.
Excellent way to end a run, if you ask me.
There we go, our final rider, so our final stats of the evening. He was at 12.64 seconds on his average time between tricks and 19.98 for his longest. So his longest coming down a little there and his average time going up just slightly, but still in that sweet spot. And what a great first run it was. I believe this is his first competition. I believe he's only been riding for less than a few months. So what a great start it is for his, hopefully, very long career.
Well done, Daniel, and congrats to all of our competitors for submitting and participating in this online series. So now we're getting into the nitty-gritty of the judging.
And ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, that is all the riding we have for you tonight. But before we get to the scores, we want to say one last big thank you, especially to everybody that entered in the non-competitive division. Luca and Andrew, you guys both killed it, and I'm sure there'll be more to see across the series.
Absolutely. We love to see the new faces, newcomers, and all participants coming to the table with runs, especially in this online series. Tom, it's been an absolute pleasure hosting this with you. And as we get through it, now we got the scores for the women's division. As you can see, Ilaria did register but did not finish with the women's round. So that leaves Pauline Bent in second place and Cecile Lacombe holding down first, representing for Germany. And moving right along into our open men's division, we had quite the situation of competitors with some incredible talent coming to the table. Unfortunately, Damian Munoz, Daniel Gonzalez had some pushes from support in their lines. It was not allowed per the rule book, and unfortunately was disqualified from this round. So keeping that in mind for your next submissions, guys, that's something that we got to look out for. Leaving us with our final placements, Jeremy Butler rounding things out at the 5th place spot with Tony in 4th, and our top 3 being Griffin, Alex Verdot out of France, and Emilio from Switzerland. And there you have it, folks. Round 1 is a wrap, and we'll see you guys back again in August for round 2.
Well, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, that is all the fun we have for you here this evening. However, the fun continues live at our after party on twitch.tv. Hosted by the one and only Tony Torres and his brand new live adaptive sports podcast, The Adaptive Edge. You can go and check it out now on twitch.tv at The Adaptive Edge, or by looking here in the description of this post. You have a few minutes before it starts, so go, get yourself a coffee, put the kettle on, or maybe like me, grab a beer, and you can join Tony, myself, and possibly even Victor over on the after party